Superhero animation has been long dominated by family-friendly stories, streamlined action, and a clear distinction between good and evil. However, in 2021, Amazon Prime's burst onto the scene, shattering expectations and redefining what superhero animation could be. Based on Robert Kirkman's comic series, the show took a genre that had been long shaped by Marvel and DC and injected it with intense violence, mature themes, and layered storytelling. Before Invincible, superhero animation was largely defined by shows like the Batman animated series, Justice League Unlimited, and Young Justice. These series, while critically acclaimed, often operated under network restrictions that limited explicit violence and mature storytelling. Even more modern hits like The Boys Diabolical and Harley Quinn lean heavily into humor rather than raw emotional storytelling. Whereas Invincible broke this mold, proving that an animated superhero show could balance intense action with deep character development and emotional weight. The first episode of Invincible plays out like a traditional coming-of-age superhero story, until its final moments. The audience followed Mark Grayson discovering his powers, navigating high school life, and training under the guidance of his seemingly heroic father, Omni-Man. However, the episode's post-credit scene flips the entire narrative on its head. Omni-Man's brutal slaughter of the Guardians of the Globe is a masterclass of dramatic irony, subverting expectations and revealing a sinister undercurrent to the story. This moment not only cements the show's unique tone, but also sets up the central mystery that drives the first season. Why did Omni-Man betray Earth's heroes? Throughout the season, Invincible skillfully employs dramatic irony, allowing the audience to see pieces of the puzzle before Mark does. While he idolizes his father and strikes to follow in his footsteps, viewers know the horrifying truth about Omni-Man's true motives. This creates a tension-filled viewing experience that every moment between father and son carries an undercurrent of impending doom. This show expertly balances action, character development, and suspense, making the eventual confrontation between Mark and Omni-Man all the more devastating. The first season's finale stands as one of the most emotionally harrowing moments in superhero animation. The long-awaited battle between Mark and Omni-Man delivers not just on action, but raw emotional devastation. Mark, still clinging on to the belief that his father still loves him, is utterly broken, both physically and mentally, as Omni-Man beats him nearly to death. The scene where Omni-Man reminds Mark that his mother is nothing more than a pet crushes any remaining hope for redemption. Yet, in a rare moment of vulnerability, Omni-Man hesitates, haunted by memories of his time with Mark. This small moment of doubt and his subsequent departure leaves a lasting emotional scar on both Mark and the audience. It was a masterfully executed climax that ensured that Invincible was to be remembered not just for its violence, but for its emotional depth. Season 2 of Invincible was one of the most highly anticipated returns to superhero animation for a long time, but its momentum was hampered by its release structure. After a long 2-year wait, the season started strong, delivering intense battles, emotional stakes, and new character developments. However, the decision to split the season into 2 parts, releasing 4 episodes before the long 4-month break, disrupted engagement. Fans who had waited years for the show's return were met with yet another pause, leading to less enthusiasm and a fractured viewing experience. The pacing of the season suffered, and while the second half eventually picked up where it left off, the damage had already been done, making it very clear that such long pauses were detrimental to the show. But despite these setbacks, Invincible is poised for a major comeback with Season 3. With production seemingly on a more consistent track, the series is diving into some of the most highly anticipated story arcs from the comics. Fans can expect even greater stakes, deeper character development, and a continuation of Mark's evolution as a hero. If the show can maintain a steady release schedule moving forward, it has the potential to reclaim its spot as a genre-defining superhero series. Invincible captivated audience from its very first episode, using dramatic irony and shocking twists to subvert expectation and create an unforgettable viewing experience. The season 1 finale solidified its emotional weight, making it one of the most impactful superhero stories in animation. However, Season 2 struggled to maintain momentum due to its long hiatus and mid-season break, leaving fans frustrated with an inconsistent release schedule. Now, with Season 3 releasing its first 3 episodes, the show has a chance to re-establish itself and deliver its most intense and compelling arcs yet. If it can overcome the challenges of inconsistent scheduling, Invincible is set to remain one of the most exciting and innovative superhero animations of all time. As the landscape of animation continues to evolve, Invincible serves as both a benchmark and an inspiration for future projects looking to break free from traditional constraints. The future of superhero animation is more exciting and more intense than ever before.